Why, hello, my name is Todd Mackey. I am calling in order to let you know of this awesome opportunity right now in silver. Not the sterling silver, as is commonly referred to with many people's jewelry, but the actual silver bullion, the silver eagle coins that you can purchase 0.999 silver fine, or else the Canadian maple 9999 silver fine. And it's an awesome opportunity right now just to invest and to get involved with something other than the stock market. You know, I wanted to point this out to you though, that this is a sterling silver coin here. This sterling silver is actually not real silver. It's solid sterling silver, yes, but sterling silver contains other elements such as copper. It may contain zinc. Contains other elements which doesn't make it 100% fine or 999 fine silver. So in actuality, this coin would be $20 at today's market value, whereas a real American Silver Eagle 0.999 silver coin would be about $45 to $48, depending on where you buy it. So I wanted to point that out to you because it's a little something that I had been um, confused about when I first purchased silver. So when you go ahead and when you purchase silver, just make sure that even if it says that it's 100% solid, sterling silver, or what have you, then just beware that you don't get had by the hatter, because you got to know what sterling silver is compared to fine silver. Now this is a very fine coin, but it's not really a real silver coin, as in kind of silver that would be wise to invest in. Now this here has Chairman Mao and Richard Nixon in a conference setting, sitting across from each other. It says they're peace for all mankind, and then some Chinese lettering, whereas on the back it says Journey for Peace. Then it has the two continents of Asia and I believe part of the other one. It's hard to tell what that is exactly. It looks like China. The gist of the coin is a collectible from the Franklin Mint. Now, when Franklin mints coins, they ought to tell you if it's 100% sterling silver or 100% fine silver. Now, they did tell me that it was sterling, and the person I bought it from said it was sterling, but one of the things that I was confused on was the actual value of sterling. This is one of the most beautiful coins that I've ever seen. It's the most beautiful coin that I've ever held in my hand, but it's not worth nearly as much as some of the other coins that you can get on the market. So when you're taking your risks to invest in silver, be sure to know exactly what you purchase, as many people out there try to sell you something that's not the actual real deal. It's not the actual metal. It's not the actual product that you're hoping to buy as an investment. Now, just a word of advice for me, and this is what I'm doing. You don't have to take my advice for anybody's personal truth. You have your own facts to administer and go through and decide for yourself whether you want to buy into a particular investment or not. But I chose silver because I looked at the stock market. I looked at what the government was doing with printing money. Not necessarily the government, but the Federal Reserve buying all of these bonds, treasury bonds, and inserting all kinds of money into the economy, which is basically an inflated market. So you have the stock market and the bond market that are super hyper inflated, in my opinion. But when people start catching wind of this, they're going to start selling off the dollar, which in return is probably going to be put into something that holds value, such as silver or gold. Hence why you see gold and silver taking the upward swing it has been in this last century, more so than it has any other time this since 2000. So we have quite the opportunity here in silver, knowing full well that the reserves of silver, the actual reserves, not the paper reserves that the COMEX tries to distort and having you understand as being a particular price, but the actual reserves of silver, which industry participates in at the greatest margin, and then you have governments buying the silver to mint for their own personal coinage and distribute to the citizens of their country. Then you have the silver bullion producers that basically mint their own coins. For instance, the Franklin Mint being one of them, which, mind you, sterling silver, again, is not the real silver. So you got to really kind of look into it. The markets are there. The dollar is not. As you can see with quantitative easing, which is basically an influx of money into the bond market to help stabilize our falling economy. And it's kind of a fix that isn't going to work, because it's distorting the actual market as it is. We live in a society where the free market does the best for itself. And when the government or the Federal Reserve, which is actually a private bank, tries to get involved, then you might not have the kind of opportunity available with the dollar that you had in the past. So think of what your dollar is doing. We can see that food prices are going up, which hold real value. We see that oil prices are going up, which hold real value. We see that silver and gold are going up, which hold real value. And in relation to that, all of those factors, the dollar is actually going down in value. So a lot of the stocks that I had, such as Silver Wheaton, was one that I sold because I saw the opportunity to buy the real thing with all of the profit that I had made buying it at $11 back in 2008. So selling it this year was a good decision, especially now that the paper money is going down in value, and seeing that the silver receipts, or the paper silver that is sold through the COMEX or through the stock market, is going down in value. So I'm still buying the real thing. There's no doubt that now is a good time to buy. When it takes a short dip like this, if it goes down to 20, I'll still be buying. And I know I'll get double the money what I paid for now. So no matter what the market value of silver is, it's always going to be undervalued in my eyes until it reaches about $150 to $200 an ounce, where it's about 1/12 the ratio of gold. Perhaps right now it's around 1/69. So it's got a lot of catching up to do with gold, and until it does, I'm going to keep buying silver because it's probably the best investment for today's minimal investor like myself. I try not to buy a lot at one time, but sometimes I get stir crazy and decide to go for the roll of 20 silver coins, which totals about $1,000. So you got to be cautious on where you put your money. Don't put all your money in one place. Diversify. For instance, have an IRA with your stocks. Have gold coins, silver coins in the bank. What the dollar says about the bond market, I think that it's kind of overvalued. So really just do your research for yourself and let everything else take its course. Perhaps the market will one day be free again, and we can all see the real value of things start to reappear in the near future. Take care and have a wonderful day.